What do you think works so well with the run game this past game? Was it you guys just doing things differently up front, or
I just think it was more. Oh, my fault for interrupting, but I just think it was more our mentality with Coach Davis. Like, he really emphasized running off the ball and just playing more free. So a lot of the young guys that are getting reps and just different looks and things like that in practice, they're able to play with a more confidence level and more like free. They don't have to worry about like, what if I mess up? What if this happens? Like, I feel like this game specifically more than any other game this season, we were able to play like fast, like how Coach Kelly says, fast, free, and physical. Like, we really like carried that on the field, and especially with the young guys, I feel like they took the next step this game.
Speaking of the young guys, I mean, two guys on the other line. DJ Chester first year starting, and then Paul Mabinga got thrown in there against Texas A&M, but he's got a few games under his belt. What have you seen from those two guys?
I've seen a lot of growth. It's been ups and downs, but a lot of growth and a lot of wanting to get better. They're really like passionate about their job. They don't want to let anybody down, and I see them get the extra work while I'm here. They're in at early mornings, staying after practice, like asking questions to the older guys to get knowledge. They're like just sponges of knowledge. And I feel like that's where they're taking their biggest step, because it's not easy. Like, this is the SEC, this is the best of the best. And to get put in situations, like they were a little shook at first, but now I feel like they're making the next step with asking questions, getting extra work, and really like dominating on the field. Like, I feel like this game specifically was the step that they took.
I see you have LSU tattooed on your arm. Just what is playing for this team and being under Coach Kelly, what has it all meant to you during your time here?
I mean, it means a lot, and like, I'm not really an emotional person, but like, it does get me emotional, because like, I came from FIU. I transferred here with Coach Kelly when he first got here, and it's just here, like, this is like everyone's dream. Like every day I don't take nothing for granted, because at the end of the day it could end just like that, with injuries, with whatever. So like, I just want to go out there, give it my all, and like just represent. Even though I'm not from here, like, I feel like Louisiana welcomed me like with open arms, and like, I very much appreciate that, because like every game, like, tickets aren't cheap. Like, this is LSU. Like, people work like their whole lives to go to just one game. So I know, like, going into the game, I got to give my all. I got to produce. I got to perform. I don't want to let those people down the same way I don't want to let, like, Emory or DJ down when I play right next to them. So basically, just like the whole state, like, I just embraced it for my own, even though I'm not from here, type thing.
I'm glad you brought that up, transferring in from FIU, because, like, you were a guy, you were a big-time transfer prospect. You could have pretty much went anywhere you want. What was it about Brian Kelly, and what was it about this program that made you pick here?
It was specifically the combination of Brian Kelly and Coach Davis. Like, them two, like, I know working together can produce the best out of me. Like, Coach Davis, I know like how tough he is and the expectation, and I needed that standard. I'm not bashing my other program, but we didn't really have the standard that was upheld, like, for excellence and perfection, and that standard really makes us like produce on Saturdays. And then Coach Kelly, obviously, he just has the offensive line and offensive mindset, and I know both of them would just elevate me to be the best that I could be. And then LSU in itself, you always hear guys like Joe Burrow, just all the greats, Booker McFarland, all the greats talk about LSU wherever they go. Jamar Chase, everybody just talks about forever LSU. And I just wanted to experience that for myself, because not really other programs talk about like, oh, I went here. Like, they don't really emphasize it. But if you see everyone's Instagram bio, interviews, everything, they always talk about at LSU. So I wanted to experience that for myself, and I see why they took that like so to heart, and they rep LSU wherever they go.
You've played with Will and Emory for the last 3 years. I guess with the three of you probably not going to be here next year, how confident in you that the offensive line next year and years to come is going to be just fine?
It's just the standard that we play with, we play for, and it's just like our coaches, like we're connected to them in real life, like outside of football. So like, we could have conversations about family, just regular things, and like they go so hard for us. We see Coach Davis pull up every day at about like 6 a.m. when we pull up, and it's just like he's one of the first coaches here. Like, he really cares. He's one of the last coaches to leave. So I feel like that drives us to to do the same thing, and the young guys are now taking that step towards the end of the season of trying to carry the legacy and to get extra reps while the ones go and just everything like that. So I feel like Coach Davis specifically and Coach Kelly do a good job of just making everyone uphold to that standard, whether you're a freshman, whether you're a senior. And I feel like going forward, DJ, Bo, like the younger guys are gonna take that next step in order to lead like the next O-line to come.
Miles, y'all have had some highs on offense this year. You've had some lows,
Yes, sir.
and when that happens, fairly or unfairly, everybody points to the quarterback, right?
Yes, sir.
Garrett Nussmeyer's first year starting. How have you seen him kind of run this offense this year, and like how he's responded to some of that adversity?
I feel like Garrett's my dog. Like I told you, like one of the greatest things about LSU is the relationships on the field as well as off the field. That's why you play so hard for each other, because like me, that's like I'll go out to eat with him. I'll go like spend time with him, have a conversation and stuff like that. But as far as his growth specifically, I feel like it's been getting a lot better because the confidence level. Like I had to tell him going into the first game, like I had to remind him, like we were here when Jaden got hurt and we were in the SEC championship versus Georgia. I was like, bro, you balled out, like so this season, like just keep the same energy. Like you're born for this. Like you're in the right spot that you need to be. So I just think like his confidence level, like every week it's growing, no matter, like there's highs and lows obviously, but I feel like he's like now with the mental performance stuff that we have, it's a steady like high when he's performing, and now he could play more free with the confidence level that he has with working with Coach Sloan and Coach Kelly. Like everyone, they're trying to emphasize for us to be a player-ran team, and I feel like specifically Nuss is taking that role over like very well, and I feel like now that he's taking that next step of leading the team, it carries over in the football field as well.
Anybody else? You've started a lot of games in the course of your career, and I know getting into the SEC was an adjustment. So what do you kind of tell Paul and DJ about, just stay patient, at some point it'll click for you, just keep working hard?
Like with Paul and DJ, I just always tell them like everything's not going to come overnight. It's the repetition, it's the confidence. And I always stress to Paul, I talk to Paul after every game and during the game specifically, because I was there like earlier in my career, like everything was fresh. Like he got thrown in at Texas A&M in a big moment, and that's not easy to do. But I feel like his confidence is what I had to share with him. Like, because me, it was a rough start. Like, I went from tackle to guard to back to tackle to guard and just went everywhere in the O-line and stuff like that. And I feel like Paul's taking the next step with his confidence, because it wasn't there at first, I feel like. But each game, like, now I feel, not that he's arrived, but like he took that next step of working with mental performance, getting work, extra practice. It's just the work ethic that these young guys show now than ever. They know we're about to leave. They know they're the next, like they're the bomb squad. They're coming up next. So I feel like the confidence level that they have, that they really feel like I can take this over. I can do what Will, Emery, me, Deli, all of us do. Like I can be that, because none of us started like perfect. We had to develop, we had to grow, we had to get all those reps, we had to play all those first rounders, second rounders and stuff like that. So I feel like both DJ and Paul, their confidence is rising because they know like this is their unit now. Like we're passing the torch to them, and they're taking that role and they're embracing it well.